All right, everyone, we are here with War 2 against GT40. Today I will be taking in Odin, Nick Fury, and Magneto. I will have Path 2 in Section 1 and Path 7 in Section 2. And I have 2 mini-bosses on Boss Island, actually 3, assigned to me this war. All right, so this first fight is the Green Goblin again. You guys saw me take it against Kenobi, and it actually went pretty well. So we used the same assignment, and I have all of Path 2 with Magneto this time because the second node is Nova, so another metal champ. So game plan here is to stick to strike counter, hope that ability accuracy reduction is going to prevent the cunning when Green Goblin crosses a bar of power. Therefore, we gain a full bar of power from power struggle. And then we just keep the Furies off of Green Goblin. Bait out SB1, rinse and repeat. We're going to take some high ground damage, but not too much. It took about 3 SB1s from Magneto to finish this fight last war. So going in, parry heavy, parry medium light, parry medium light. And I'm going to end with the parry medium light light so that I crossed the bar of power. And as you saw, I did not gain a full bar of power. So here, I'm kind of trying to figure out what I'm going to do, and I just decide go ahead and let him throw it. And now we're going to go through the whole rotation again. Probably can just full combo, honestly, here, and hope that some of the ability accuracy reduction, you saw I just missed a block there. Just hope that the ability accuracy reduction doesn't work out on the second time, and it did not work. So I did not gain a bar of power, but he ended up getting pushed to SB2, and I got one there, and we threw the SB1 into his block because the AI dexed out of the first hit. So fantastic start. But at least we got the Furies to stop stacking, and he's only at 4, so nothing too crazy, but high ground is starting to get out of hand. So we're back to the strike counter rotation here. It worked. Cunning showed up, but we ended up gaining a bar of power anyways. Okay, so back to the rotation. Fortunately, he did not want to throw that SB1, so we just pushed an SB2 and threw our SB1. Still at only 4 Furies, trying to bait out this SB2. And this could be ugly. This is usually when Green Goblin catches you right on a dashback, and we got it there. We fully dexed it. Whew. So not trying to block hits there. That's too much high ground damage. We were trying to parry. So we took 1 too many blocked hits, and high ground punished us for that. And again, we got power struggle. So, whew, expensive first fight, but we saw that. Moving on to this Nova after healing up. Again, this one's gonna get dicey, and I know why. I didn't think about it before going in, but I realized with Nova, because you're not gonna consistently parry when you want to, due to the first non-contact medium at times. That you're going to lose track of strike counter if you're trying to focus on when to reparry. So you need to practice mentally. See, we were fine there, but as you're going to see, it kind of starts to deteriorate. I think when Nova gets to about here, and he did a lot of mediums into my block. I ate the end of that SB1, which was fantastic, and now we're getting brute force. And then a real quick light attack that I was trying to parry, and apparently I was late on it. So not looking good. I mean, it's fine. But if we start blocking SB1s like we just did there accidentally, it's gonna get even uglier. Did not get the reparry there. But we're avoiding the Fury buildups. Got a good intercept there. Kind of back on track here. And we saved the fight almost. More blocked hits that we're not trying to take, and down he goes. So an expensive second fight. All right, so into section 2 after the debacle of potion use in section 1. We're going to take Peni here on Spite with Magneto. Now we have some others that take this fight, specifically Harry. And he doesn't record. So I've been very interested to see how this fight works. Because from what I'm told, he just parry heavies and then solos as soon as he gets to SB3. and it's not a problem. But this node has Spite, and this node has Rise to Power. So I thought power gain would be crazy in a parry heavy strat. So we just go for it. I have the invulnerability boost because we're likely to take 1 or 2 special 3s, which Harry says he's done in his fights, and he's still soloed. So not too concerned. We don't have to worry about high ground here, so we don't have to squeeze in any extra hits. And here's his SP3. Now, her SP3. Penny has a power drain on her SP3, which drains 150% of a bar of power. And it doesn't trigger here. So ability accuracy reduction obviously brings it down to 30% chance with Magneto versus Metal. But Harry has also said he's gotten it before and still soloed the fight, no problem. So since we avoided it there, and I'm looking at power gain here, we're about even. I go ahead and risk. I didn't risk, actually. I saw that I was at 30 when I was going to try and charge again. Just went ahead and threw this. And down she went. So the power gain is actually not that bad here to do just parry heavy till she's done. So I'm glad I finally got to see that. Overseer here, I'm going to clown him with Fury, except for the time I take some hits, which I seem to be doing this war. This node has kinetic transference, and after Overseer uses a special attack, you only have 1 hit in your combo meter, or in your combo, to use, there's the hit, before you get stunned. And he's stun immune. So I think the natural habit for someone against Overseer here is to block a lot of hits until that buff disappears. Mine was to go hit into his block so that we both create space, we keep him from gaining power from kinetic trance, and we let that buff run out. And then we go right back into this pounding him with bleeds between special attacks. And it was just pretty much rinse and repeat. So you're not going to see me getting cornered here. You're not going to see me get overpowered with him throwing constant specials. You're just going to see me throw in combos to make him bleed, back off when he throws a special attack, and then try and find that opening to hit into his block to push him back. I am going to take the 1 hit that he gives me after his special attack, just to kind of mess with the AI and get in a rhythm. But for the most part, we stay right here. There's the other hit. We stay right here against the wall with this guy, and we just melt him or bleed him out. We try to avoid kinetic transference as much as possible. And I decided, since I got to this point and the power gain with him didn't really work out where I was with SP2, that I might as well just save SP3 in the off chance that I do get cornered. So we're just going to monitor how well this goes for the rest of the fight. A good intercept there. I do have Deep Wounds maxed. I have changed masteries for the Magneto fight. Turns out Max Petrify is going to help a ton for that Penny fight. Alright, so I had a better time in Section 2. Now we're on to Boss Island. Guardian here first. I had a ton of comments about why I didn't use Magneto for Guardian last war. And it just came down to assignment. I was assigned Claire, and I've taken a Nova here, so it worked out. But yeah, Magneto is definitely an option for this Guardian. So here we are taking a look at how much the bleed resistance is going to make a play here. I didn't check signature ability, but magnetizes up. We have this constant shock. We're going to be healing from it because Magneto has shock resistance. So a nice little heal here. We're just going to parry heavy, and sometimes we're going to watch this high ground charge and see when we don't need to parry heavy and actually combo to get rid of it. The number of SP1s Guardian threw against Claire was 12 before the end of the fight. At the point where this fight's pretty much over, which is this SP3, he only throws 3 SP1s this fight. So, going well so far. We've dexed SP1s pretty smoothly. No issues here for some reason. Went in. Silly Blaze. And here we're charging up. Now we could have gone ahead and did another set so that we were over 30 prowess, but I went ahead and threw it anyways. We definitely passed the safeguard cap because we did more than 1% damage on each hit for that. But here he's got 19 bleeds, and just watch when it's about to tick, boop, bye-bye health. So I think it was about 120,000 shrapnel detonate damage, and I just decided to throw the SB1 to end it. So Magneto definitely a solid option there. It was decided with timing that I go ahead and take Black Widow. We were going to send a Mole Man, but since I have the Yellowjacket right behind her, they just told me go ahead and boost up and take her. So my game plan here is just to block bait heavies and with a light attack to just have her bleed out. I am going to start with a PS1. It's just so that we can deal with her evade even earlier. She's an Avenger, so I'm going to start with tactical charges, and then the early SB1 is going to put me well over as kind of like a safety net to prevent her from evading after an SB1. Not so that I can retaliate the SB1, but so that I don't have to wait for the evade to disappear. And Guardian went really well. Black Widow AI is going to clown me pretty quickly. I don't think it's here. Nope. It's the next. Oh, yes, it is right there. There it is. She stepped back, intercepts me, and I just lose half my health, and the shocks don't help at all. So, yay. So we need to focus up. We have enough tactical charges. She's not going to evade. Just got to block bait heavies. I did test out her heavy and realize I can just dex back once and then wait for the blast to go back in. I am still going to throw SB1s so that we can continue to prevent evade. She almost stepped back, intercept me there again if she wanted to, and she didn't. Or an accidental parry could have happened. So we definitely got a little lucky there. So she's at SB2 now. We're going to try and bait this out. And again, I have max deep wounds. So these light attack bleeds are just ticking for massive numbers. And now we're winning the health battle. So after embarrassing ourselves. Now here she's going to throw double medium. And then I tried to dex out and boom. So now it's kind of even. But of course we're not at real Nick yet. So we still have that safety net. And this should do it. Yep, and down she goes. So, not a clean fight, and again, an expensive fight. So I used a lot of items for not dying this war. Moving on to Yellowjacket. I don't have a white Magneto pre-fight since I'm in real Nick. Didn't feel like I needed it. And his SB1 is enough hits for me to not worry about high ground charges because we're going to be rolling through the combo meter like crazy. So, a lot of good intercepts here to start. Haven't used up that limber timer yet. Gonna bait out this SB1. Good to go. Retaliate. Cycling through the combo. Probably could have hesitated a little bit longer to use that. Probably in the next combo. No big deal. Gonna bait out this SB1. Gonna go punish him for it. I actually tried to parry there. Got it on the next one. And here, it's just in bad timing. So I'm going to go ahead and let this power sting expire. A little stun's not going to be too big or too painful. So there it is, right when he threw a heavy. Perfect. So we didn't get another special attack and intercept him with the SB2. So that was the end of my war. Not the cleanest, but we didn't die. So good war in my book. Our battle group ended up only dying 2 times this war. So not a bad go. If anything, that was kind of an assignment error. And then we ended up dying 9 to their 13 times. But we're not really going to discuss the fact that we didn't clear all the way just because we're going to talk about this here. If you guys want more info as far as like how I feel about it or what happened, go to KT1's video for this war. He has screenshots from, I believe it's the Alliance leader for GT40. But they had an unfortunate event where an officer logged in and kicked about 20, probably even more. No, 22. Yeah, 22 of their members, somewhere around there. And before a leader could stop them, that was the result. So those that hadn't joined war prior to being kicked weren't able to join war at all. So they weren't able to finish. And it just really sucks when stuff like that happens. It makes the war not competitive at all. It ruins a season for an alliance, and it's very, very upsetting to just see it happen. So, sorry to the GT40 guys that this affected. Like KT1, I'm not really going to speculate on what happened or what could have happened because I don't know what happened. but it's just super unfortunate. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe, and I will catch you guys at the next one.